Home race territory for Maserati as we arrive at Monza for today's episode of the F1 24 My Team Career Mode. As you can see, we're back in the navy blue for this special race, of course, donning the special edition livery, and the livery is very slightly revised. A big shout out to Johnny for making those small tweaks to the car. You may notice the 110th edition or 110th anniversary special stickers of Maserati. Also, the halo has been revised in terms of its design, sponsors. Also, the carbon fiber has been reworked. Very subtle changes, a few sponsors rearranged, but again, just leveling up the car, making it look even better to the point where we even have the anti-flex dots on the rear wing for the ultimate detail and realism. Anyway, with that said, a big shout out to Johnny. I'll leave his links down below in the description, guys. He also does all the garage crew in terms of the garages, all the pit gantries, all that stuff. And of course, Race King also worked on the teamwear. So yeah, the three of us have worked together and everything has come out beautifully. And this car looks insane. Now, the previous episode, guys, at Zandvoort, if you haven't seen it, it all came down to the last lap, last straight. Go watch it. Spoiler warning ahead. Link in the top right. Go check out the video now. In the meantime, there is the final finished product as we begin this weekend's activities. Now, for this one, a very short turnaround from Zandvoort, so not a lot of time. So all we're going to do basically is do a sponsor event or a conference to basically just improve team acclaim. We then go into updates, and we had a failure on the rear wing upper flap last episode. We also had a failure on the engine on the fuel update for the ECU. The ERS for the status has arrived, but you can see the ECU has failed. So we're also going to repurchase that, and we're going to keep those 1,200 points back for future updates, for future episodes. For now though, let's move ahead.
We had a major issue on the production line earlier this week, so the entire development package for the weekend has failed. Any redevelopments will need to be ordered from the R&D screen.
Now, of course, we already addressed that. In the meantime, here is the performance chart heading into this race. Now, we are fresh off the back of a second place in Zandvoort where we just lost out on the win by half a tenth to Oscar Piastri, and the race before that we dominated in Spa, so we're in great form right now and we're starting to bounce back in the championship. In terms of updates, we're getting close to Aston Martin, definitely bit by bit closing the gap, and you can see we have our first announcement regarding 2025 and a regulation change. So it seems like in this alternate universe, it looks like the rule change is being brought forward by a year compared to 26 in real life. Either way, you can see the forecast is going to be very, very heavy rain for qualifying, whereas the race is going to be contested in dry conditions. Now, in the championship, the last two rounds have really got us back in the mix. We're only 1 point behind Lando Norris, and we're about 28 points, if my math is correct, behind Carlos Sainz. So it could be game on. Verstappen's a bit further away, but for now, I'd say second place is not a totally unrealistic target, but it also depends on how the next few races go, how the car performs, how the updates go, and also how the AI get on, because there's a big patch on the way tomorrow, which is going to make 110 AI harder to beat. So things might be about to change in this series, guys, so stay tuned. Anyway, with that out of the way, we jump into practice and we did our race runs with the new livery, and easy.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can take you through the numbers.
It was pretty easy work. Every single lap we had better and better pace. We also had great tyre wear, a great fuel consumption. You can see that we was way above average, but the pace was excellent. Just each lap getting faster, 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 and just finding more time on the limit. So the car was responding well. We finished practice in P10 actually. I thought P12, P10 actually on mediums. Jamie Chadwick P19, and we was on mediums. So that's a very good sign that we've got some good pace underneath us. Now, with practice out the way, we're going to delve into a bit of an update. So, as you know, the energy store, we've had this second unit for a long time, and this is a power circuit. I'm actually going to tactically take my grid drop penalty this race, this episode, because Singapore next, you can't really overtake there, which is when my energy store change would be due. So we're going to take it now and then run the older energy store in the next episode. This basically means now with this energy store that we're going to take a grid drop for, we should get to the end of the season on the current allocation of components. So, with that out of the way, it's worth noting we are going to be starting this race from the back of the grid. So, I could have qualified, maybe, and started 16th or 15th, but in the grand scheme I don't really care. I'd rather take a full fresh power unit, have it to be fresh and to be debuted for the race for maximum power. Also because this is a very niche circuit, because the AI are pretty chaotic here, so you can get away with a lot of stuff and you can be quite smart and outsmart them and just gain a lot by keeping out of trouble for most parts. Now, we went to qualifying, the rain was falling, but of course we are not taking part. Now, compared to before, we did take a bit of a hit on the acclaim. Not so much, or not as much as I thought, but nonetheless we do go down a little bit on our team acclaim overall, but crucially maintain level 18. Anyway, it's time for the race.
Monza, the oldest circuit on the calendar, which hosted its first race all the way back in 1922. Today we look forward to the Italian Grand Prix. This place is all about speed. It is a unique challenge. You've got the chicane at turn 1, the Variante Ascari at turns 8, 9 and 10, and the Parabolica to conclude things at 11. Top speeds pushing 215 miles per hour. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday, and it's put him on pole, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Sainz, Russell, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Norris, Gasly, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Albon, Tsunoda, Stroll, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Bottas, Joe, Sargent, Chadwick and Martinez. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. We welcome to the commentary box Anthony Davidson. I'm Alex Jakes. We're both looking forward to a really intriguing race today. So they've got lots of team members to get to know, to win over, and to get working for them. How do you go about doing that? It's really great to see team and driver working so well together. But there's always improvements that you can get in. Well, this is the most advanced sport anywhere on the planet. How's it changed since you were last racing?
The cars have got bigger, they're heavier. But critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was around 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Right, here we go. Time for the main event. Apologies for my voice. I am getting through illness and hopefully I don't sound too blocked up in the video. Anyway, we're starting from the back. Now, I took the decision to do this. I think maybe I could have qualified a little bit higher, but I thought, you know what? Fresh engine and hopefully we'll get maximum power output for this race. Also, it is just one of those tracks where the AI can get a bit chaotic, so it's quite easy to make overtakes if you're smart and don't get too desperate. So, with that in mind, let's talk about the strategy for this race. Now, first off, I'm going for the alternate strategy. Hard tyre to medium tyre, 1 stop. The pit stop lap may vary, that's not final, but yeah, we're going to try and go basically more conservative on hards at the beginning. Hopefully, get through the first 3 to 5 laps, get the tyres rubbing in, and then once we hit the crossover, we should be pretty quick on the hards, especially on the rear tyres, which get really hurt around here, and then hopefully we can fight back in the last 10 laps on mediums and basically finish the job. I think today, genuinely, a podium would not be out of the question because the AI around here can be pretty chaotic. For fuel, I'm going for 27 laps on the nose, no more, no less. We should hopefully save fuel in traffic, so that shouldn't be an issue. And yeah, hopefully everything goes well. So guys, I'm ready, I'm locked in, let's get to work, let's see what happens. Hopefully at the end of this we get a decent result. So here we go, everybody lining up on the grid, myself and Jamie Chadwick at the back of the field. I think she might struggle, but we are going to go forwards. Now, Granted, I'm not going to go too crazy in the first couple of laps. Again, we are on the hard tyre, so we have to realise, you know, what we're up against. But hopefully, after 2-3 laps, once these tyres are nicely up to temperature and rubbered in, we can really start to push. So, let's get to it, and let's see what happens here for the Italian Grand Prix. Good grid slot. We're going to keep the engine revs on medium for the race start. I'm not expecting to overtake anybody off the line on these tyres. And we actually bogged down quite badly, so the bad starts continue. Anyway, let everyone get involved in the battle ahead. We're just going to be a little bit patient, and we're going to try and pick something up here on the exit maybe. Don't quite have the traction. Chadwick, Sargent, side by side. We should have very good straight line speed, I think, based off my wing levels, so that will help us. Now initially we need to let the AI sort themselves out. These two whites basically block the road as we struggle there for rear traction massively. How's the tyre temp looking now? Still getting there. Front right has cooled off a little bit, so we need to try and just get them all up a little. But yeah, no rush. A conservative first lap, and then we'll start to really make moves from the next lap onwards. Granted, so far it's taken a little bit longer than I would have liked to make a pass or two, but I haven't had the front end. I just had a lot of understeer, so I can't get close in certain corners, but I can just feel now the fronts are starting to work, and the tyres now, as I predicted around lap 2-3, are just starting to give us the performance, and now we can start looking for moves. So Sargent is going to be the first one on the hit list. Let's get to work. Our straight line speed, as I mentioned, should be very, very good. So let's put it to the test. Sargent flashing away. That's the first one down into Ascari. Next up, our teammate, Jamie Chadwick. Great run there through Ascari. We'll leave the battery on. The AI tend to flash down towards Parabolica, like so. We'll just sweep around the outside of our teammate, although Jamie pulls it back on the inside line. We're going to drop into the slipstream. We'll get the inside line, and this time, dare I say, we could probably go for a little lunge here. Onjo down the inside, bit of rear locking, but we keep it tidy. And that's a double. There we go, one by one, we're starting to get through now. Another great Ascari. This is going to give us a good run on Daniel here. Show him defensive, and then we'll go to the outside. Ricardo holds on though. Oh, just about avoiding picking up a warning. We'll challenge again though, down towards turn 1 here with our straight line speed. Here we go. Potentially could have a look at Bottas as well, who defends. Gonna have to take a back seat as these two sort it out. Right, here we go. This is what I want. Now we can get involved. We'll pick up Daniel, and we'll switch lines to get Bottas. Around the outside, we'll chop him off at the apex and give him a pinch and a squeeze. And that's P17. We won't have DRS, but that's okay. We've got pace enough to manage our position from here. We can probably catch back up. Right, we're back in DRS without having to push. Actually, I've been saving battery of my own, so let's keep this rolling. Now we've got Albon, Sonoda, and a few others to get past. I'd probably say at this stage the tyres are starting to benefit us now. I think the AI might be struggling on their rubber a little, so we should have the upper hand now. So we're going to get stuck in. We're going to start off with Albon first. Should be able to get this one done. Sonoda goes defensive. Hello. Double opportunity. Around the outside. This time you can see the difference in tyre grip as we're able to hang around the outside. We should get that done with hot lap. Personal best on the way through, so good pace and still looking pretty rapid here. Not able to outbrake. Sonoda hangs on. Slight contact as we barge tyres. I couldn't really brake too late because Hulkenberg was there. But now we should get that move done. Outside of turn 3. That's P15, and we've got a pair of Haas cars to get past. Someone having a bit of a lock-up on the way through there. I wonder if we could potentially challenge Hulkenberg on the next DRS zone. Looks like up ahead there's been a break in the DRS train and someone has slowed down. We've got our first warning, so we'll have to watch out for that. But look at this, big scrap ahead, big battle, big movement. That AR will slow up considerably, so we'll get a chance out of here to put the moves on. Here we go. Using the battery. Hulkenberg, Magnussen trying to decide where to go. We're going to go up the inside this time. Hulkenberg still there. We're going to trust hot lap mode. DRS. We clear Hulkenberg and look at this up ahead. Lots of slicing, dicing, weaving. Pick a line. We're going to go to the outside and make it a triple too wide. We're going to go very tight on the turn 2 apex, but we get the move done. And we've got a bit of battery left to the point where we can challenge Esteban Ocon here for P12. He brakes early, backs out of it, so we go through on the inside. Happy days, good progress, good overtakes. These are the critical laps before the pit stop opens up, as now Ocon has a little look there, caught me by surprise, into the second Les Miles trying to save some battery. Luckily he won't be back for more, he won't challenge after that, so we can crack on now and race back after the guys ahead who are really battling away and just weaving on the tarmac. You can see how much we've caught up through Ascari. I could potentially have a look here at Piastri. Up the inside, left myself a little bit short, took a very tight line, but now, dare I say, do I fancy a triple overtake? Stroll has no DRS, we're completely out of battery, but look at this. We just power past easily, and with that, P9. Now we're in the race. P1's gone. I'm going to assume it's Verstappen. He's completely gone, but this is a battle for P2 right now, and we are potentially on the better strategy. It's game on. Big time. At this stage, I'm kind of leaning towards not making any more moves. I'm happy to wait until they pit, and then we'll try and push in clean air for a few laps. The pit window should open soon unless they go for softs. We've got a big gap behind. So let's just see how this develops, because this could be interesting. Right now they're actually going single file for the most part and, you know, being quite respectful. So let's just see how this all ticks over for the next lap or two. Right then, here we go. This is what I want to see. Pit window opening, which means we get a bit of space on track to also make some moves. Hopefully we've got the tyres to try and basically overcut all these guys, because I assume they'll keep battling even when they, you know, pit and rejoin. They'll keep fighting.
Right, Jamie's coming in for a stop.
So we'll look to pass Perez here, because there's a nice little gap between him, Sainz and Russell. Perez going super defensive there, which is not optimal, but it is what it is. We'll make up the time with the DRS overtake on the next straight. Just got to make sure I'm close enough. There we go, lovely. Right, this should be easy pickings, like picking candy from a baby. Just about enough room to go through that on the outside, but we take it. And we're going to get DRS from Sainz and Russell in the process for the next straight. So we'll get a double slingshot effect. So these two are now box, and that will leave us in the race lead. Also, if there's a VSC or a safety car now, we are in the money. Right, away we go.
We're approaching the pit window, and you're going to be on mediums.
And you can see the pace, 120.6 purple on these tyres. And now we've got clean air to just basically drive our race, drive our pace. Let's see. There's potential here that we could pit and rejoin in second place. Verstappen's got the win. I want to say wrapped up, but he's got a decent margin. If we extend and somehow emerge second on mediums, we can win this race. I think that could be...
Okay, the safety car is out. Safety car is out. We need to form up at reduced pace. Keep a close eye on that delta time. Make sure to keep it positive.
I literally said it. I literally called it. Wow.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
We can win this race. What a recovery. Now would be the time for a good stop, hopefully. The pit crew deliver.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Right, nicely done on the pit entry there. No big risk. Taking it nice and easy. Right, let's see. This is going to be critical. If not P1, definitely will be P2. So, here we go. The AI will lose their delta over the start-finish. 2.4, good stop. This is going to be bloody close. But I think we might make it.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
We've got it, we've got it. We're P2. Oh my days. And now we're all going to bunch up behind the safety car. The win is on. It's absolutely on. Wowza. So Verstappen in charge of the restart here. We've got decent tyre temp. We're going to look to try and pass him right away and just drive off, hopefully. We should be able to make the difference. Wait for it. There we go. Verstappen's flashing. We've got to wait to the line.
Okay, clear.
And away we go. Don't know why the AI would use none on a race restart. Oh my god, the brake markables are gone. Oof. I almost just completely outbroke myself there. No brake markables, whatever happened to cause that safety car. They must have knocked everything.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
That's going to be a tricky corner to do every lap now. Right. Fresh tyres. Let's put them to good use. Let's see if we can try and stretch the field, stretch the pack. At the moment, Verstappen is hanging on. He's going to be tough to shake off, very tough. But we'll give it our best shot.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Right, we'll see how Verstappen holds up now. I really have no idea where to stop the car there. We're going to lose so much time because of that corner. But look at that. Leclerc tried to briefly overtake Verstappen, and that has pushed the gap over a second. There's the break. Leclerc with the assist. And now we've got a chance to just pull away in this race and drive away. Great chicane, really good chicane. We pushed the gap to 1.3 and we are gone. That's it. It's time to go home and disappear. Let's try and win and also pick up the fastest lap of the race. Oh, another yellow. Who is it?
The track is clear, green flag.
It's one of the heavy hitters. Sainz. Ferrari losing a car on home soil. Will there be another safety car? Looks like there won't be. Nope, no safety car. We go purple again. Leclerc. Verstappen's dropping. Verstappen's dropping like a stone. What's happened to Max? Has he just got overtaken by everybody? Oh my god, they're battling like crazy back there. Well, we'll take that every day of the week. Ooh, okay, Leclerc takes away the fastest lap. And also moves up to second place. I guess we'll try and beat it on this one before the tyres get too old. Right, a couple of personal bests. A little bit wide there at Parabolica, but all good. We should be able to recover that point and get that back. There we go, 19.5. That was probably the last lap to do it because the tyres are now pushing 20%. So Right, let's bring this home, hopefully. No more dramas. No more dramatic moments. Just keep it nice and calm, nice and tidy. And pick up the maximum points. I can't believe it. It's all just turned out perfectly today. Managed it beautifully, made the right moves at the right time. The safety car blessed us. And we're going to pick up some huge, huge points. Obviously, we're in Italy, so we have to say grazie ragazzi, grande lavoro della squadra. La macchina è stata fantastica. But this is one of their most beautiful.
Come on! Now we can fight.
Oh, superb driving. That is the race win, my friend. Well done.
Made great use of the clear air today then and didn't allow anyone to exploit the slipstream behind them. What a great win here at Monza.
They had to be decisive with their overtaking today as they worked their way through the field. And those kind of race victories are so enjoyable because it's not just like winning from the front. They really had to work for it today.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure.
Right, great day, great performance. We pick up maximum points, and what a redemption story. After missing out in Imola with a DNF, of course, we didn't get a result on home soil for the team. Today, we get that job done, and we get a huge haul of points. And not just that, Verstappen finishes P7 from a pretty much locked-in victory, 7th place. Perez also 8th, which is, huge. And then elsewhere, Norris P3 and Carlos Sainz, from what I can tell, we'll quickly scroll down now, I believe. Yeah, DNF P21. So the two Spaniards must have collided. I don't remember seeing the DNF message when the safety car came out, so I don't actually know what happened. So I need to see it. Anyway, either way, standings after that round, 3rd, 10 points clear of Lando Norris, and we're only 2 points behind Carlos Sainz, and we're also within 2 race wins of Max Verstappen. The last 3 rounds, a win, a 2nd place, and a win. We only missed out on the win last episode by half a tenth on the line at Zandvoort, so it could have been 3 consecutive wins, and things are really heating up. The car is quick, it's really improved, and suddenly we are a threat. Mercedes are still about 66 points away, so it's still work to be done, but it's not impossible. Red Bull lead the way, so we'll see what happens, guys, in the next few episodes. Anyway, that's it for the European races. We go to Singapore next, and we'll see what happens in that episode. Guys, as always, if you enjoyed the episode, then smash the like button, subscribe. In the background, you're going to have the post-race fallout in terms of rivalry, acclaim, cash payouts, and just all of our targets. But yeah, guys, cheers for watching, and massive shout out to the members for supporting the videos and the content. Also, check out the 2 videos on screen, guys, if you haven't seen them already. And I'm going to take a break because my voice is tapping out. So yeah, guys, cheers for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.